Hey, welcome back to the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Just a quick news hit before we get into our little talker topic here. The president of the Islamic Republic of Iran died yesterday in a helicopter crash. What's going on here? My conspiracy theory brain is going nuts when I hear something like that. Really? After all that's been going on since October 7th, including October 7th, Iran backed all these people that did that horrible massacre. There's been back and forth going between Gaza and Israel this whole time, with Iran funneling them rockets and whatever kind of gear. They launched 200 projectiles with drones and missiles and rockets. We shot them all down with the Iron Dome and some American help. They were taking our prisoners, our sailors hostage, and we've been giving them ransoms, and there's always been some sort of weird background going on with Iran. Like, they never really just go away. Like, the whole North Korea thing, it will just go away for like 10 years at a time, but not Iran. And so whenever the president of Iran dies, now he's not the guy who's really in charge. It's really the Ayatollahs in charge, and they're his hand-picked puppet. So don't expect anything to change. They're just going to put another Ayatollah hand-picked puppet in his spot. He's probably going to be the same jerk as this guy, because this guy is not... well liked, if you're a fan of human rights, at least. He's best known for killing political prisoners and saying, hey, let's go ahead and shoot all those demonstrators. I'm getting tired of this women's rights crap. Yeah, go, you ladies who like to run around with your pink hats, go do that in Tehran, see how well it works. Now, I'm not saying this is the beginning of World War III. I'm just saying this might be the beginning of World War III. It's probably not. I know, it's probably not. It's probably just a helicopter accident. Helicopters crash every day. It's just a weird coincidence that it happens to be the president of one of the worst human rights records regimes for the last 40 years. Just a coincidence. I hope it's just a coincidence. All right. Now, for the story that you're dying to hear this, because this is something that you've predicted. I've predicted, and it's an issue where we know we can't be wrong. Letting men who want to wear a wig or tie up a ponytail or whatever, compete against women. It's not fair. It's not fair in athletics. Well, no, you've been told that you're wrong. You've been told that gender is just a social construct. I mean, there's no significant biological difference. There's no advantage to being a male when it comes to athletics. And I've always encouraged hey, just let it go. This is a problem that's going to correct itself. This is nothing to get upset about. Let men compete against women. We'll see how it goes. Because people forget, there's a reason they have their own leagues anyway. Because the NBA is not the NBA, it's just the NBA. And the greatest basketball players can go there. The problem is, no women make the NBA. So if they want to be able to play in a league, they have to have their own little segregated thing out. And then if you go ruin that, it will obviously show up in the results. And here it is. Because I haven't been like a big fighter against, I'll tell you, letting men play against women in sports is not very fair. I mean, it's pretty much cheating. But if you don't want to listen to me, I giggle. I smile. Fine, let it happen. Watch what's going to happen. I predicted this. You predicted this. Anyone with the brain, anyone who played sports as a kid predicted this. We go to Oregon where, it's the end of the school year. They got to have their track finals. And at the girls' finals in the 200, a guy wins. Now, the 200 doesn't take that long. What is it, like 30 seconds? So listen to this whole race. Listen to the boos at the end. It's close. Guy's pulling away. Ooh. Guy wins. All right, now I actually have a little bit of a conflict here. I have a little bit of an internal turmoil. Why? Because you're booing a child. I don't agree with the way it's set up. I think it's cheating that he gets to run against the women. I don't think it's fair, but he's not the one who made the rules. It's the adults around him that deserve the boos. Now, maybe the people in the stands are just booing the general concept and the administration primarily, but it feels like y'all are booing a kid. And so then I have to ask myself, well, James, Is it ever okay to boo a child? Now, the easy answer to that is no, but that's really reductive and dumb. There is sometimes when it's okay to boo a child. When you see a child like punching or fighting or cheating or doing something dirty or biting or whining to the refs, sometimes a boo is just a nice sort of the social guardrail, and it's a way of letting the outside parties know that what you're doing is not appreciated by the people around you. So is this worthy then? Is this worthy of booing a child? Again, it's got to be a pretty high bar for me to boo a child. I don't even think I would boo here because I don't want that kid to hear. I don't want that kid because what are you going to do? You boo that kid. What's he going to think? Oh my goodness. They don't like what I'm doing here. I guess I better change my ways. No, that's not going to be the result. Pragmatically speaking, this is not going to have the result that you prefer. What you're going to do, if anything, is calcify the little trans kid in his position. Be like, oh my goodness, the world is full of trans hatred. I guess I'm going to have to be an even bigger activist to fight this level of hatred. I didn't believe him at first, but now that I hear all the boos, I guess this is going to be a cause that I'm going to have to take head on and not be silent about. You're creating activists, or you could be. I don't know. I hate to be so wishy-washy on a subject because so many of these are black and white. 2 + 2 = 4. Capitalism is better than socialism. Balancing the budget is a good thing when you're running a country. Booing a trans kid. I don't know, because it feels like cheating. It does feel like cheating because I share similar leanings on this with the rapper Lil Boosie. Now, I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the WBAP audience, and I love you guys, but some of you don't keep up with hip hop the way I would prefer, and that's okay. That's okay. But Lil Boosie is a guy that when you put a microphone in front of his face, he's from Baton Rouge, so he kind of has the accent that we're used to. We're used to. He doesn't even sound weird to us. But he raps for a living, and so this guy is an artist with his words. And while it sounds very street and very crass, I can't say it better than him. He went on some podcast called Vlad TV. Do I have time to do this, or I need to go? No, I got a little time. He went on a podcast called Vlad TV, and the Leah Thomas. The Will Thomas, the guy that won all the swimming championships, he was asked about that when it happened.
I personally don't think that it's fair for a male trans athlete to compete in women's sports because men are just
sports,
born.
Bro.
Yeah,
let them women have their glory, man.
Yeah,
we let that go down in 5-10 years. They're gonna have kids raising their children to be big, strong. Then turn into women and take over the sport and get $1 million contracts. Watch. Yeah. Go get 7'5" and turn into a woman. Put him on the NCAA team and have him dunking like Shaq. Like, bro, get the out the pool, man. You cheating, bro. Get your ass out the pool. It's not acceptable in my mind. I don't know who gonna agree with me, but I'm gonna tell them, get your ass out the pool, man. This girl been training her whole life. You got girls been training since they was 4 years old. It is cheating, bro. They got girls been training their whole life to be good at women's sports. All
right, so let me ask you, do you agree with Lil Boosie? Is this cheating? Because when the kid gets on the stand, poor kid gets booed again. Listen, this is just real quick. Let me squeeze this in if you don't mind. That's the second place winner. Ooh, so 2 questions. Is it cheating and is it okay to boo a kid in this situation? I want to hear from you. 800-288-9227. 800-288-WBAP. This is The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Homeowners, listen to me. You love your trees. They're great. They make shade. They keep your energy bills low. They look good, but they leave leaves and pine needles and all kinds of gunk in your gutters. What are you going to do? You going to cut down your trees? No. Are you going to get up every few months and have to clean out your nasty gutters with those cheap lawn gloves that you got at Dollar General? No. You're going to call Leaf Filter. You're going to get them to come out there. They're going to put the little guard over it, the filter. They're going to seal up your gutters. They're going to level them. They're going to make sure they're working perfect. And they're going to walk away and leave you with a little piece of paper and say, hey, sir, this is a lifetime warranty. All that, you never have to worry about it again. And so your trees are no longer a pain. How do you make this happen? Well, you go to leafhome.com or leaffilter.com. I'm sorry, leaffilter.com. Leaf Home's the company. But if you go to leaffilter.com, there's another trick. If you go to leaffilter.com and add a /WBAP, you get a discount. Everyone listening to the James Show and really anywhere WBAP gets 20% off, another 10% off if you're a senior or a military veteran. So love your trees. Don't give them a reason. Don't give yourself a reason to hate them. leaffilter.com/WBAP. Hey there, welcome. It's the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Well, it happened again. Some state final somewhere. There's some event where some guy's pretending to be a girl and he beats all the girls. And it's the similar storyline, similar reaction. We've done this a few times now. I think the most visible one was the swimmer last year, Leah Thomas, I think it was. And I've seen people make almost all of the same points here, but there's points that start to get added on as this happens more and more. Because before this was happening, there was the discussion about it. There was the hypothesis that you and I had. You can't let them go. You can't let trans women go against the women in athletics. They're going to beat the snot out of them. They're going to go through and they're just going to start winning everything, and it'll take the fun out. And it's not fair. It totally defeats having the whole point of women's sports. And so if my sister or my daughters would like to go play basketball, they can actually make a team. So they didn't listen to you, and we started doing it. And the results came in just like you predicted. Not like they predicted, like you predicted. But it's not enough. Oh, well, let's just celebrate it. We have a win. What are you? You're going to hate on someone who wins? No, we're not hating on them because they won. We're not even hating on them because they're trans. We're just hating on them because they're playing against the women, and that's an advantage. It's cheating. Well, it happened again. So here's the point that starts to pile on. At what point do these people start to notice that of the trans athletes that are competing across the gender divide, the only ones winning the state titles or national titles are the dudes competing against the girls? How long can they ignore this? How long? I mean, do they have to come up with one the other way? And if they do, maybe they'll stretch it a little longer. But I don't know of any examples of women who want to be men go into athletics, compete against the men, and start whooping them. And it's not that it's, I expect it to be 50-50. It's not 60-40. It's not 70-30. It's not 90-10. It's not 99-1. It's 0. How long can they keep this charade going if the only trans athletes that are winning are the ones competing against the women? They can ignore a lot of stuff for a long time. So don't think, well, certainly they'll come to their senses. No. I want you to just remember this. And one of the reasons I'm talking about this so early in the show, and I think it's one of the top stories, is we are walking into the Summer Olympics where this may be just the funnest Summer Olympics you have ever seen. This is going to be this. I've never been so interested in the women's Olympics events and anything other than like gymnastics and volleyball. But that's because I'm me, just like your husband. But the Olympics, man, if these Olympics aren't going to be mutant enough for you, wait for 4 more years. Because fine, the fun part that you and I get to have is when you're proven right over and over, eventually they're going to want to change their mind. And have you thought of how fun it's going to be when you get to say, oh, no, I thought they were all the same. I thought it was just a social construct. I didn't know there was any biological reason to separate them. That's what you said 10 years ago. That's what you said when Leah Thomas wanted to swim against the girls. That's what you said when, what's this one's name? Aiden Gallagher, yeah. And the reason this came up because at the Oregon High School girls 6A 200-meter state championship race, a guy with long flowing hair, I don't know if it's a wig or what, won by 0.2 of a second. And again, here's the duality. As much as I've just crushed this whole scenario, I don't like the fact that people booed the kid. Kids aren't supposed to know better. Kids are supposed to know better when it comes to fighting, when it comes to cheating, when it comes to playing dirty. But this kid has been told by the adults around him that this is okay, that this is not unjust, that this isn't unfair, that this is what fairness is. This is what's supposed to happen. This is good. So this kid got told wrong. So I see, and remember, when you hear the booing, they're booing a kid. I know it's a kid that kind of cheated, doesn't deserve the championship, should probably run with the dudes, but you're still booing a kid. So I don't know. Is that wrong? 800-288-9227, 800-288-WBAP. And again, I lean toward the Little Boosie hypothesis that this is cheating. Little Boosie, people put microphones in front of his face and ask him these questions now on a regular basis because years ago, he had another viral video that came out when Dwayne Wade announced that his kid is trans. His boy wants to live as a girl, and he was presenting his kid in these public events. I think they even went to like the ESPY Awards or the BET Awards or something like that with his kid in a very girly dress. And the concern was, how far is this going to go? Like, this isn't cool. You're not going to let him have the surgery, are you? Because that's a child. It was a minor child. And so this is what got him on the map to begin with.
I got to say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog.
And the creepy part about that, at 12 years old, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Coming up next, I got a guest talking about mental health. Seems kind of appropriate. That's coming up next on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.